I have 3 more campaigns that I want to quickly tell you about, but I'm doing this to help you to consider running for office yourself, whether at a state level or a federal level, and to count the cost. Because depending on how you try and run, there will be a cost to pay. In 2005, you might remember that Terry Schiavo was starved to death in Florida. I was the primary advocate for the family during the 2003 and 2005 efforts to save her life. We prevailed in 2003, we lost in 2005. And we were fighting against a man named King. His first name eludes me. He was the most powerful man in the Republican Senate at the time, Jim King. And he was at the tip of the spear to ensure that Terry Schiavo was murdered. This is a Republican, pro-abortion, maniacally pro-euthanasia, killing of the weak and handicapped Republican. And so when she was finally murdered in 2005, I vowed that I was going to run against him in 2006 in the Republican primary. So again, we paid the filing fees to get in, and I was on the ballot, and man, I was campaigning in earnest. And they were panic-stricken because he had really high negatives. He was seen to be a crony and corrupt, and I stood a really good chance of winning. And once again, the Republican establishment, this time spearheaded by trial lawyers, they raised, I don't know how much, they might have spent $1 million. They raised so much money for him throughout the state of Florida and perhaps around the nation to just punish me. They were dropping mailing after mailing after mailing in the various households. They coerced Governor Jeb Bush to do a press conference with Jim King to endorse him. They made an ad for television where they hired an actor who looked like me being drugged away by police, and it said, "Tell Randall Terry, not now, not ever." And unfortunately, I lost that primary. It was a bitter defeat, but I stood. And I was a watchman on the wall, and we got enormous media coverage throughout Florida and at points around the nation for the cause of pro-life, for babies, and for innocent victims such as Terry Schiavo who are in danger of euthanasia. But again, it was bad guys within the Republican Party that came after me. That scenario is still going on today with people like Karl Rove at the tip of the spear who want to shut down the pro-life movement and shut down the Tea Party, for example. I'm telling you this just so you can be ready. And then, as we run out of time here, in 2012, I ran for the presidency in Democratic primaries against Obama. Then I ran as an independent in the general for president. And I also ran for the U.S. House in South Florida, in the Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. I was leading a team of 10 or 12 other candidates. We raised this money. None of us had a chance of winning. We were just showing ads of aborted babies and saying it is immoral and unethical to vote for candidates who support the murder of innocent children. In the general election in Florida, I think I got 11% of the vote. And in various other places around the country, I got anywhere from 3% to 30-something% in Oklahoma. So it was tough. It took a lot of time. But in that situation, I was not trying to win. I was simply trying to get our message out. And if our message is going to prevail, it's going to have to get out over and over again. And that might involve you being a watchman on the wall by running for office to lift up your voice and speak the truth for God into the souls of men.